Hi, this is video 235. It's all about the removal of the port wing from Lancaster NX611 Just Jane, which has been restored to airworthy condition. They are now into year 7. This all takes place at the Lincolnshire Aviation Heritage Centre here in the UK. This video covers 3 consecutive days at the centre, although I myself only attended day 1 and day 3. January the 23rd, 2024. I start with Brad, Chris and George moving number 1 engine out of the way. When Brad and Chris lift this Merlin radiator, I was surprised at the weight of this unit. January the 23rd, 2024 covers the preparing of the ground area and equipment to remove the port wing. The 24th, the removal of the bolts and shackles and the lowering of the wing. Unfortunately, I was not present on this day, but I have good video from Andrew and Keith. The 25th, I talked to the lads who removed the wing. A big thanks to Andrew for sharing this video with Alan, the centre's photographer, and myself. And a big thanks to Keith. He realised I wasn't there to capture this video, so he took some video on his phone for me. Thanks, Keith. See now Chris has moved all the web plate bolts. On each piece of video I will put Andrew or Keith's name respectively on the video they had taken. This bomb trolley will be used to rest the wing on. With the bomb trolley in place, they could start work making it suitable to take the wings. There are 4 bolts holding the wing on and 4 bolts to the main frame. They are hoping to remove all 8. Now, 24th of January. I start with Andrew's video covering the removal of the bolts. Chris with the big hammer, with the chief engineer keeping a watchful eye on the procedure. John takes over.
Someone got on with it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris has got it.
Chris has got on with it.
There she goes.
There she goes. Drop it, Chris. Drop it. That shackle's loose on the other one coming down.
You going for it?
Kim the catcher. Brad takes over with a hammer. The start of lowering the wing. With Brad on the wing, the 4 winchmen. Chris on the front edge, nearest number 2 engine. John is opposite. Malk in the red plaid jacket, and opposite him was Kim.
Slow up, Malk. You've got to speed up at the trailing edge here, the wingtip. It's changing the angle. That wingtip's got to come down quicker. Now, the spar web is touching at the front. Running down on it. Come down, Kim. Yeah, your high milk.
What was once the RAF base before the war began. The same story is told all over this part of England. At the end of the Second World War, there were over 40 operations based here in England. Now, runways once reverberated to the roar of Rolls-Royce and Merlin engines, sending bomb-laden Lancasters on countless missions. Many crewmen didn't mention it. For those who did, memories of those 4 years are still vivid. It's those memories and the feelings of those visitors that ensure airfields like Eastbourne will never be forgotten. Today, an aviation heritage has grown up on this wartime holiday once they're all.
It's cocking the beam over on these ones.
Growing collections of wartime memorabilia. At its heart is the flight control tower, lovingly restored by the following red powered men who are more accustomed to reading ocean roadway. The larger bird now occupies their time, attracting visitors from all over the world. It's an unlikely combination of two farms. The Lancaster. We never thought This bright field, why? Lancaster entered RAF service in 1941. Stevens first Operation Wave The Lancasters and Scotland earned themselves a formidable reputation, gained respect for their ground crew. The aircraft design far surpassed all other types of heavy armor. They were extremely efficient, both in performance and their ability to carry large loads. They were easier to handle, very reliable.
They'd lowered the front end of the fuselage to get the angle of the fuselage as close to horizontal as the two main jacks would allow. This helped them remove the wing bolts and the wing. January the 25th. Today I hope to talk to Brad, Chris and Jerb on how they remove the wing. Hello, sir. Yeah. I checked the bores on the front spar boom. This is where one of the bolts came out of. It was good, just one mark in the bore. But it doesn't matter because these 4 booms from this wing will be replaced. Okay. This is where number 1 engine was fitted. The legs were very close to the ground, with lowering it as low as they could get it to get it horizontal. Grant checked the angle of the dihedral. It was round about 10%.
Yeah, about 10 degrees.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
9 degrees, 10 degrees,
Yeah. It's surprising.
Because it's all magnified the further out you go, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it 10 degrees at the top or is it 10 degrees at the bottom? It tapers down, doesn't it?
Yeah, but it maintains the same.
On the horizontal.
Yeah. I don't know if it has any washout in it. I suspect it does.
Yeah.
It's got a slight twist to it. Through.
Yeah.
I think.
But I'm looking at the thickness. It's
Yeah.
only less than, what, 40 thou? 16th of an inch?
Something like that. You can see
60
it, yeah.
thou, I think.
Yeah, it's not very thick, is it?
No. Sounds like a bit
But there's not a lot of strength in it, in this plane. All the strength
of that way,
is
yeah.
in this. In this.
Yeah, all the supports running down here.
There's not a lot of strength in it. In the incorrect plane, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Whether any of this is usable will depend on the inspection when we get it in the workshop.
And I was reading through the ORBs of 57 Squadron recently. If I get my figures right, they did in February 44 they did 7 trips to Berlin, a few of which were actually on consecutive nights. And I believe they lost 11 aircraft in 1 month.
Yeah.
And they
And
were
what
all,
is there, 19 in a squadron?
yeah, something like that. And they were all built like this.
Yeah.
The huge amount of engineering and effort,
Yeah.
and you lose 11 from one squadron
Yeah.
in 1 month. Then that then puts into context how they lost 3,500 of them.
Yeah. And I mean, the men the loss is terrible, but the cost.
Oh, the cost was
I
astronomical.
mean,
There
what,
were
about 40,000 of them?
there were £50,000 then.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it equates to. It's a couple of million now.
Yeah.
Here he is.
What sort of hammer did you use? A lump hammer?
Yeah.
A lump hammer, was it?
Well, yeah.
About £7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, lump.
And did they move, 1/8 of an inch, or was it a good?
The initial swipe, I reckon 1/16 of an inch, I reckon.
I'll go and get the bolts now.
Yeah, all right.
1/16 of an inch. The back ones were alright. They were fairly easy then with just a normal dead blow. But the front ones, they just needed some stiction. Once you brought the stiction off them, do you know what I mean? That were it. It just reasonable taps to
Yeah.
get them out.
And when you actually took the bolts out, did they? Had you got the wing balance right? Did it go up a bit or drop down a bit?
What happened was the shackles that connect the main plane to the centre section. It's like a link on a push bike chain.
Yeah, right.
That's it, like that. So what happened was,
Bloody heavy. What it is.
what happened was when you had the bolts in, like that, once we took the nuts off, the actual shackles they weren't obviously welded, but they were proper stuck to the spars of the airplane. When we took the nuts off, straight away as we knocked the bolts and brought the stiction on the bolts, the whole thing it sort of did that. Ever so
did it?
slightly,
Yeah.
only about 1/8 of an inch.
Yeah.
But just it did that ever so slightly. It rotated on the pins and the shackles. So when we looked at the top of the main spar and the rear spar in relation to the centre section, it had just dropped ever so slightly. So we knew then that it had all freed up, and all we did was the lads just winched it back up again. We got it level back,
I was
level,
going to say, yeah.
and then we knocked the bolts out, and it just stayed perfectly still. Once we got all the bolts out, it just sat there, and then we just.
It's remarkable how easy it is.
It weren't that bad really, considering.
So what is this one? You've got.
That's the front one.
That's the.
That goes through the front spars.
They're the front
So
spar.
there's one of them at the top and then one at the bottom.
And these go through the rear spars. So they're about half the size, aren't they?
Yeah.
But Bob was saying that this material that the shackles are made out of is stressed to 96 tons per square inch.
Are
Which is
they?
a fair bit in it.
Yeah. Are they serviceable? Will you use
For
them again?
well, we'll use all this for taxiing,
Yeah.
but when we go flying, we'll need new ones. The shackles we may be able to.
Yeah.
I see no reason why not to keep. As long as they clean up all right, pass NDT.
Yeah, it just depends whether the bores are changed.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, because because you can't really, because they're so beefy, you can't really damage them unless you're a real monkey.
Yeah.
They're probably going to be all right because they're still.
Can you press them through the shackles there?
You're supposed to. Yeah, you're not on the drawing. It says don't use a hammer.
Yeah, when
I
you put
see.
it when you put
So
it all back
it
together.
was only tight in the actual bore of the spar, yeah.
And you use it's not to be coated with anything. It's not to have a CAD plate on it or any zinc. It's just supposed to have a layer of polished and then a layer of Duralac, and that's what it says on the drawing.
That's
You
all,
just push it
Duralac,
through.
just,
Yeah. And the nuts are to be tightened no more than 300 pounds-feet in there.
Yeah.
And then if you get to 300 pounds-feet, you just go back to the nearest slot. But they're not holding anything on. They're just stopping the pins from coming in.
all this weight for a couple of bike chain links.
That's what they look like though, isn't it?
They're bloody heavy.
Yeah, I bet they are.
But,
And I was surprised at how heavy they are, and then when you was taking that radiator off, I couldn't believe
Oh,
that.
that is heavy.
Yeah.
I mean,
I thought these lads hadn't had the Weetabix this morning. Okay, I've got it.
you got it?
Yeah.
I shouldn't.
Yeah. Oh, it is heavy, isn't it? What do you reckon there? £28? I mean, you work in kilos, I don't. Like a bag of tapes.
It was designed in pounds, mate.
Yeah.
that's a bag of potatoes.
This is a
I'm not the
metric free
potatoes
zone.
on here, it's potatoes. Potatoes.
I thought it was tapes.
See,
Oh,
what
if you come from
impresses me
Lancashire,
about
Praters.
What impresses me about this is, to look at it, it's not much. But by the time you add on the wing with the fuel and the engines, and then these take the load of a Lanc doing a corkscrew in a dive at 300 miles an hour.
Pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah,
Don't throw it over your shoulder though.
no. It's quite somewhat. Even though they're bent.
Some of them bomb.
Yeah. Come on, Eagle.
Right, should we go and do it then, Slags?
So what are you doing this morning? Can I ask the question?
Want to lift it up, lift the wing up again,
Yeah,
only a few inches, and then pad out all the pallets,
yeah.
and then we'll lower the wing back on it, so the wing then sat on padding on the pallets, on the trailer. Lower the beams from underneath it, take them all out, get all this stuff
Down the
shifted out the way,
Yeah.
and then hopefully what we'll do is we'll get this trailer, with it being so long and it's a bomb trailer, turning circles like
Yeah.
you might go around the moon. Do you know what I mean? So we've got some skates, and what we're going to do is jack the back up, put some skates under the back, and then we're just going to swing it round.
Yeah. Like you did when you brought it in.
Yeah, we'll just swing it round, and that way then when it comes to getting it out the angle, we can just connect the tractor up, drag it through the doors, ship it round the back.
You do that today.
Probably
will
won't move it. We'll probably turn it through 90 degrees today,
Yeah.
and then because we need to get the other wings squared away and get it off that. Do you know what I mean? I don't think there's enough room for two wings down there.
you? Not a
nose
not
section.
flat.
A fuselage, you know what I mean? Not flat, exactly. That's another job as well, is it's lifting it up onto its trailing edge. So that'll be another job to do,
Yeah.
which will make it difficult. You've got all the studs sticking out the back,
I
and you've
was
got
going to
spigots.
say, if you can't just put timber
No.
underneath, because you'll damage the studs.
Yeah, so you've got to put something. It's bugger all that. It's like a drum, isn't it? It's not really. It's
It's
not that.
just-
It's just thin alley, isn't it? It's just thin alley. So you'll have to pack it. You'll have to put wood on it for it to sit on, to keep it clear of these studs. You know. So that's the plan. Yeah, so it came off. It came off a lot smoother than we
Yeah.
anticipated.
Yeah.
And you're 3-4G.
So all we need to do is write in